Okay, so I've decided to stop drinking for 30 days. I wouldn't say that I have a drinking problem, but this is something I wanted to do to challenge myself. I can't remember the last time I went 30 days without having an alcoholic beverage. I might have gone a week, I might have gone 2 weeks, and it's not like I drink excessively, but I looked up the definition of what excess drinking is. For females, it's more than one drink. For males, it's more than two drinks. In my area, I have a lot of breweries. And a lot of those beers are stronger. They're 6, 7%. And if I were to have just two of those beers in one day, that is considered excess drinking. So when I look back at my life, I probably excess drink maybe 1 to 3 times per week. Now, is this a huge problem? I don't think it's a huge problem for me, but does it affect my life? Does it affect my well-being? I would say yes. Some of the main reasons I wanted to take on this challenge is that I wanted to see if there was a big change in my mental state. Am I more focused? Am I more motivated? Do I have more energy? Am I happy? These are all things I wanted to look at and consider with stopping drinking. And I also wanted to challenge myself because I don't think I've ever gone 30 days without drinking in the last 10 years. I don't really know if those 2 beers or those 3 beers in one night are affecting me the next day. I know that alcohol is a depressant, but how does it really affect my well-being? This is only a personal experiment. I want to see the changes that happen in my life when I stop drinking. Altogether, no. So I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, but I've always told myself that I don't drink that much. I don't need to do that. I only casual drink. I only have a beer here and there. And I've never seen it as an issue or felt the need to actually give up alcohol for 30 days. What pushed me over the edge, I was on a trip in Mexico and we were building homes for these families in need. And this was part of a business group I'm a part of. And there were 3 days in a row where I was drinking. At the end of it, I felt really run down. And I was also talking with one of the members of this group, and he told me he had quit for over 7 months. And I felt a combination of wanting to do it, how I was feeling, and having other people, talk about their experience with quitting. That helped to push me over the edge to decide to give up alcohol for 30 days. Okay, so now I'm 11 days into this challenge, and honestly, I feel great. So it's November right now. Things are a little bit quieter with my friends and family. And, there's not as much drinking that's actually happening. So I haven't been tempted too many times to have a drink. My friend, he invited me to a party, but I told him I had to pass on that. I didn't want to be put in a situation where I was uncomfortable and I wanted to drink, but I couldn't. So I chose just to not go. So for the next following weeks, that is something I want to do. I want to be put in situations where there is drinking involved, but I choose not to do it. I think that will show the true power of this test and actually make it more challenging. This challenge is easy if I'm not actually putting myself in situations where I'm around drinking. Now, when it comes to how I'm feeling, I feel great. I feel motivated. I feel energetic. And I believe the drinking that I was doing before, even if it was 2 or 3 beers, it was affecting me the next day. There would be a slight grogginess and lack of motivation that would come along with having casual drinks. And I can feel that internally. I feel a lot sharper. I feel a lot quicker. I am dealing with stresses and things in my business and my life that are coming up more easily. But I've still been very persistent about having connections, about talking to people, about connecting on a daily basis. So when I go to the gym, I'm talking to different people that I see there. I'm making an effort to have those talks, to have those connections with the people that are around me. This is something that I normally wouldn't do just because I was too caught up in my own world. So this is day 25. I've been doing this for over 3 weeks now. And I have to say, it has made an extreme difference in my life. So I want to bring up a fear that I had around drinking and social events. If I wasn't in the state where I wanted to drink, I wouldn't go to an event. Simply because I thought I wouldn't have fun if I wasn't drinking, and if I didn't want to drink, then there was no point in going. Which is a weird way to look at things and to look at these events. So for years and years, I avoided them if I didn't want to drink. Now, over the past 25 days, I've been going to different events where there was drinking involved. And I've had just as much fun, if not more fun, at these events. And I've realized that this thought I had about needing to drink was it was ridiculous. It wasn't true. It was something that I made up in my own mind. What I've learned is that I can go to events, I can have fun, and I don't need to drink if I'm around people that are drinking. I know that I can still have fun and enjoy the evening and not have to deal with what happens the following day. Because I have some bad hangovers. I feel for myself it could potentially take up to 2 days to a week to feel 100% as good as I did before the drinking. And when I say I feel good now, that means every day I feel very good. I may feel a little bit tired in the morning if I was up later, but this is all minor compared to how drinking affected me the following days. Even if I had 3 beers, I would wake up a little less motivated, a little more tired, and I wouldn't be as productive during that day. Now, I'm a very social person. I enjoy going out with my friends. I enjoy having drinks. And that's always been, a part of who I am, a part of my traveling, a part of my social circle, even with my friends or family. Before I started this challenge, I would often feel like I'm on a bit of a roller coaster. I feel like I would be productive throughout the first few days of the week, maybe go out and have a couple drinks, then the following day drop down a little bit and have to work up to that level. And now it's, I'm never in a state of recovery. I'm in a constant state of feeling good and growing and doing better. And it's really an amazing feeling. This has contributed to the consistency in my workout routine. So I've been going to the gym about 4 to 5 times a week, typically, and I've seen a significant increase in the amount of strength that I have in different exercises. And I would say I've been at a plateau for the last year or even 2 years. I don't know if that has to do with inconsistency. I don't know if that has to do with the drinking. But all I can say is that, now since I've stopped drinking, I've seen progressive increases in the amount of weight that I can lift in different exercises each week. And that's an incredible improvement for me. It makes me more motivated to go to the gym or to want to go to the gym. Now with my workout routine, it could be that because I'm being more consistent, I may be seeing more strength. Also, I did start taking creatine again. I've been off creatine for about 6 or 7 months, and I started taking it again. So maybe that has some significance on the strength that I'm gaining. But I personally believe that a lot of it has to do with not drinking, and that not drinking contributing to a more consistent routine. So to sum things up, what I've noticed about myself is I'm more consistent, I'm happy, my routine is more consistent, my strength is improving, everything just seems to flow better in my life. Everything is a lot easier. And I think that has to do with not traveling around with a level of cloudiness in my mind or in my head. We did it. We did 30 days of no drinking. And to be honest, I feel great. I wanted to get into a few things that I've noticed over the past 30 days. Now, there's been a study that relates sleep quality to alcohol consumption. Now, a low amount of alcohol is fewer than 2 servings for men and 1 serving for women. This has been shown to decrease sleep quality by 9.3%. Now, for a moderate amount of alcohol, this is 2 servings for men and 1 serving for women, which has been shown to decrease your sleep quality by 24%. Now, high amounts of alcohol is considered more than 2 servings for men and more than 1 serving for women, which equates to a decrease in 39.2% of your sleep quality. Now, the more drinks you have, the worse your sleep quality is going to be. And most times, this isn't in the first half of your sleep, but the final half, which is when your REM cycle occurs. Typically, if you want to avoid any effects to your sleep, you shouldn't have any alcohol within 4 hours of going to bed. Now, if I have 2 beers that are 6% alcohol and they're 12 to 16 ounces, that can equate to a 40% worse quality sleep than I would have had if I didn't have those beers. Over the past few years, I've learned a lot about my body and how it operates. I know how much sleep I typically need on a nightly basis to be fully recovered, which is 7.5 hours. Now, I know if I don't get that amount, I may be okay, but if you add alcohol into the mix, that's not going to allow me to fully recover for the next day. If I'm not fully recovered, then I typically wake up feeling a bit groggy, tired, and that kind of trickles into the rest of my day, which affects my work, which affects my workouts, which affects me just being productive. And number 2, I also wanted to look at performance and muscle growth. I typically go to the gym about 4 to 5 days a week, and I work mainly on weight training. Now, when it comes to performance, Moore says moderate drinking isn't likely to affect how you fare in the gym or on the field the next day, but once you move beyond moderate consumption to 3 or 4 drinks, your performance might be affected in a few different ways. According to one study, a hangover can reduce your aerobic performance by 11.4%, but even just 1 drink may have an effect. Added to that, when your liver is busy breaking down alcohol, it's less efficient at producing glucose to help fuel your workout. This is especially dangerous for diabetics, for whom mixing alcohol and exercise can cause hypoglycemia or low blood sugar. Now, in regards to my performance, how is this going to affect me when I'm trying to push out that last set and to get the most amount of reps? And if we look at muscle growth, so typically when we work out, especially one muscle group, it'll take 48 hours for that muscle group to fully heal. So if I'm working out hard and we're also drinking, that could have a negative effect in the muscles actually being able to recover and likely grow as well. Now, in my deadlifts, I was able to increase my weight by 22% while still maintaining the same amount of reps. And in my squats, I was able to increase my strength by 16% while still maintaining the same amount of reps. I've also noticed, I don't take measurements of my muscles, but just from looking in the mirror, I have noticed that my arms and specifically my chest have gotten larger. This may be due to the fact that I'm consuming less alcohol and I'm not as critical as myself because I'm in a better state of mind. These are tough items to actually make tangible, but this is just what I've noticed in myself. Now, I'd say the biggest change that I've noticed is just my overall fulfillment and happiness around life. I've seen myself being more positive, more personable. I've been connecting with more people that are around me on my day-to-day basis. A lot about this challenge has allowed me to be more present. When I'm not consuming alcohol and I'm not being affected following days, I don't get into a spiral where I'm feeling negative or down on myself. Now, people often choose to drink to modulate their mood with the goal of temporarily reducing negative emotions and enhancing positive emotions. However, because alcohol impacts multiple neurotransmitter systems, it can result in a range of emotions from feeling energized, relaxed, confident, and happy to feeling tired, aggressive, restless, irritable, and depressed. For those who consume mild to a moderate amount of alcohol, When consumption is stopped, the neurotransmitter systems in the brain will attempt to restore equilibrium, which may temporarily adversely impact your sleep patterns and your mood. Ultimately, once the neurotransmitter systems are back in balance, your mood will be restored and you will sharpen your memory, alertness, and focus. Now, this is very interesting because I've noticed a general uplift in my mood, in my positivity, in my ability to deal with stress and things that come at me on a daily basis. It's a really good feeling. Okay, so this challenge has been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. I felt a big change in my body, my mood, my strength. You know, there's so many positives that I actually saw by taking 30 days off. Now, this part that I'm filming right now is 11 days after the 30-day challenge. And in that time, I've had 3 different Christmas parties. The first one I went to was for a golf group, and we were all drinking Guinness. So I got that. So I ordered a Guinness. It came to the table. I was really looking forward to it. I thought it was going to taste so good. I take the first sip, and I thought to myself, I'm like, that wasn't really much. I don't know why I was looking forward to that beer so much, and then it just ended up not delivering at all. So what I've learned from this entire challenge is that I don't need additional substances in my life, or at least alcohol, to heighten my mood or to make situations more fun. I can go to these events, I can have fun, I can do different things, and still enjoy myself. And the beautiful thing is, when I wake up in the morning, I feel great and I'm ready to go. And putting stuff in my body that's not good for me, it's not affecting me the next day. You know, I feel great every day, and that's a really good feeling. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making it. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.